Pleasant morning to one and all. I am Dr. Sumitra, an associate professor from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about estimating the learning rate, the importance of learning rates in deep learning and neural network. Estimating the learning rate in neural network is a crucial step in training a neural network effectively. The learning rate determines how quickly or slowly the model learns from data and adjusts its internal parameter during the training. Choosing an appropriate learning rate can significantly impact both convergence speed and final performance of the model. Hence, we can also estimate and select the suitable learning rate for your deep learning model. The methods for estimating the learning models is manual selections with the learning rate schedules. A fixed learning rate starts with a fixed learning rate chosen based on empirical knowledge or guidelines from the previous similar task. Learning rate decay that gradually reduces the learning rate during a training to stabilize the training and improve the model convergence. The techniques like step decay, exponential decay, or a polynomial technique can be used. The learning rate finders, where the purpose of this learning rate finders, LR finder, automatically determines an optimal learning rate based on the dynamic of training process. Methods to start with a very low learning rate and gradually increase its exponentials or linearly while monitoring the loss or accuracy on validation set. The selection step is where choosing a learning rate where the loss starts to decreases quickly and then becomes suitable or slightly increases. The cyclic learning rate with the different purposes alternates the learning between the minimum and the maximum value over a fixed number of iterations or above. Benefits helps reduce explores a loss landscape more effectively, potentially finding a better local minimal or saddle point. The implementations were using a technique like a triangular CLR or cosine angling to set up cyclic learning rate schedules, a grid search or a random search. Purpose explores a range of learning rate and selects the one that yields the best performance on validation step. The implementation defines kind of learning rate or randomly sample values from predefined by range and evaluates each one based on the validation performance. The practical aspect of choosing the learning rate starts from the conversatively, begins with a lower learning rate and gradually increases if the training loss do not decrease effectively. Monitor the metrics, track both training and validation metrics to ensure the learning rate leads to suitable and stable improving the performance. Experiments with LR scheduler combine learning rate schedules to adjust the learning rate dynamically during the training. The basic workflow of these methods for estimating the learning rate based on the Bayesian optimizations and the hyperparameter tuning process and the use of learning rate scheduler with the automatically searching for the optimal learning process based on the domain B or based on the model performance of the validation steps. So, the challenges and the workflow on selecting a learning rate. Initializing starts with a small learning rate and train the models for fewer iterations or epochs. LR finders and the fine tuning learns the rate based on the observed performance and adjust as needed during the subsequent training iterations. And the validation validate the selected training rate on validation sets to ensure it generalized well beyond the training data. Hence, I conclude this by stating a process effectively in such a way of the training means estimating the learning rate as a crucial aspects of the training deep learning model effectively. The technique like LR finder, cyclic learning rate, and manual tuning with the learning rate schedules provides a practical methods for selecting an optimal learning rate based on empirical observations and validation method. I hope you're clear with this concept. Thank you.